Okay, so we are at the bottom of the second Grow on Purpose action hour, and we have 5 magic minutes to mastermind about how we're growing, where we're growing, what we're growing, ideas, projects, connections, and Nancy, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about with your what we were discussing at the beginning of the hour? Or did you have a new thing that you wanted to talk about?
Um, so I've actually just put in. I actually just thought I'm going to try to capture kind of the high level what we talked about.
Okay.
So I typed in that where we went with that was this idea that, well, maybe really the legacy piece is really the umbrella, and that leadership is a strategy. You're the leader of your life. You're the, the leader of, you said home. There were other things I think that we've had that I didn't quite capture it, but I lead your career, lead your home, and then like create your legacy is how you lead. Like your legacy is the result of how you lead, kind of. But I don't know if I really captured it in its entirety, but thought, oh, I'm going to maybe start this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought of leading ourselves, right? Because this is something that everything that I specifically focus on is all going back to self, right? It's all, for me, everything is about connecting with, what we are and what we want to bring to the world, because that's what drives us. If it doesn't align with us and ourselves first and foremost, then we don't have the motivation, we don't have the drive, we don't have the passion to do any of it. So leading ourselves, leading our families, leading our businesses or our teams. And I love the idea of legacy being like the piece that weaves through it. That's the connection. Because that's heart-centered, right? Like when we know that it's about a greater good, when we know it's not just about, leading a team to do a specific thing, which those things are great. But when you put it through the vein of like your legacy, that like hits right in the heart to say, this is real meaning to you. It's real meaning for you to show up in what you need to get done, what you choose to do. And I think that legacy is a huge driving force for people to want to wake up and feel energized to do the next mundane thing that maybe isn't as exciting, but knowing the purpose behind it, I think is a huge thing about legacy.
Yeah, I love that. And it is that the heart center, and something that came to me in my land discussion that I brainstormed on myself during an earlier thing was that, that's okay, that's legacy too, and land. And then I came to that the farmhouse is like, I say, the place for space and grace, and now I'm saying it's the heart. And the heart, first I started with the heart of Black Earth, and now I'm like, oh, maybe it's the heart to grace, like the heart to legacy.
I love it. I love it. Well, because would you share what is your heart behind your location being this for other people? Like what is the passion behind your heart for that?
Well, I think the passion behind it for me is that I always come back to the love I felt there, and this surrounding of kind of being in this valley between these hills. You're tucked in, and that kind of feels like a big hug, right? And being able to share that space with others and see how the land and nature can nourish us. And and this is the interesting thing, is it's almost hard for me to articulate, because I keep, you know, I draw back and then but it's really, it's a lot more spiritual than I think I believed it to be at first.
Yeah.
I keep getting called back to it. And so, so actually I'm going to talk to my pastor about it, and see what comes through that conversation, because I'm feeling that there's something else guiding me.
Mm,
It's bigger than me.
yeah.
And I just, yeah. So,
I love that. I
mm,
love that. That's so cool. Okay, so well, we will stay tuned to hear more about how your legacy in the farmhouse is coming together for um, leading and helping other people grow in that arena too. I'm so excited to hear more about that. The heart to grace. I really like that. Okay, we're going to stop here for this mastermind. If you need to go, have a fabulous day, Coach K.